So another first. I had a customer down over there just outright yelling and screaming at me. This is my customer's house right here, and you know, I've been taking care of her yard for the last 3 years, coming to spread mulch. She told me 3 years ago that anytime anyone's come to spread mulch in her backyard back here, you see it's a large, it's a decent size, you know, area, and there's convenient access in the back here with a double gate to get back here and spread it, so I don't have to go from the front of the house all the way back, which that's not the end of the world. You know, I've been there, done that, but any kind of shortcut you can find to increase your productivity, I'm all about that. So she said, you know, I could do that, and everyone else normally does that. So I didn't do it last year. This year I'm doing it again, and I pull up, and that customer, I mean that homeowner over there was like yelling and screaming when like as soon as I got out the car. I'm like, what the, who is that even, what's going on? So I see him, and then I hear him screaming, it's private property, it's private property. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth with him right now. Let me make sure that I'm parked in the right place, like literally on this customer's my customer's property, which is all of this out to basically where the cone is her property, and it goes down a little bit further, but and everything in between here, you see these tire tracks, that's the easement, that's the power company's property, so they can work on these power lines, and they just drive back and forth when they need to. So that has to be clear and maintained. They usually do it. The homeowners are responsible for clearing this section out and keeping it all nice. Oh look, it's actually snowing. I don't know if this is going to come out on the camera, but it's actually snowing right now. in the middle of my little speech here. It was like over 80 degrees a couple of days ago, and now it's in the 30s and snowing. And I'm spreading mulch. We got to get it done. It's the beginning of March. Gonna be mowing soon, even though it's snowing. The grass is growing because it's been so warm. But anyway, this guy was flipping out. Like I said, I moved my truck in the right, make sure I was on her property so he couldn't say anything else. Because at the time I was like just in the middle. I was in that little drive section there, the middle easement area coming up, and I had stopped to make sure because things looked a little different because people had must have cleared all this out. Like all of this was all loaded with stuff, and it looks like someone cleared all that brush out because they're supposed to maintain it and make it look nice. That's the HOA rules, and the power company just has to get through that center area. So it was just like a big thing, and I got a little lost because I haven't been back here in 2 years, so I wanted to stop and check and make sure I was going to be in her property. So that's what I did, and he was flipping out at me when I was doing that. So I got back in the truck, moved, and before I even got out, I was doing whatever I was doing in my truck, getting ready to get to work, following up on notifications on my phone or whatever, and all of a sudden I look in my mirror as I'm about to get out, and I see this man walking right on up. So I open the door, and he bangs on the door. I open the door. I'm like, this guy, are you kidding me? And he's just flipping out at me, talking about he's going to call the cops and everything, and I'm trespassing and all this. He was just going off. Long story short, at the end of it all, you know, I apologized. I said, please don't call anyone. Please don't report me anywhere. You know, that's not good for my business. I didn't mean any harm. The homeowner that lives here, which is my customer for the last 3 years, told me that I could do this. I did it 2 years ago and everything was fine, and I was just going to do it now. You see, I got this mulch. I just want to spread the mulch and go about my way. You know, I said I used to live here in this association for 6 years. I know the deal. I understand. I thought I knew the rules. I mean, there's no other way for me to get here but to drive through that easement, which is not your property or anyone's property. So I don't understand what the big deal is. there's no other way you can get back here. If someone wants to get trees cleared out, how are the arborists going to get back here? I mean, that you have to understand that there's got to be some exceptions for a temporary thing. I mean, I'm not back here for days and weeks or something, you know, and I'm not going in your property, tearing up your yard. I'm just driving up into her property and then driving back out. That's it. So when it was all said and done, between him realizing that I lived here, and just my calm demeanor, I guess, and being honest with him and telling him, you know, just talking it through with him, he eventually calmed down, shook my hand, apologized, said he didn't mean to be a jerk, but he's tired of everyone coming back here. He's fixing his backyard section, which is nice and green. If you look down there, it's actually grass down there versus all this weed stuff. And he's like, you know, I till that and put fresh seed down like every year because someone always comes through and tears it up. No one has any care in the world. They don't pay any attention. I'm like, I totally understand. I'm not that guy. I'm not the one. I respect people's property. I just want to spread my mulch and go on my way. And, you know, he was like, that's fine. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. I won't report you. You know, I'm sorry I made a big scene. I just you know, I was just tired of it. And I happened to be home and I saw you coming through and I just thought, this is my opportunity to let these guys have it. I'm just like, well, it stinks for me because I'm not one of those guys, you know. I mean, but it is what it is. You know, he didn't know, I didn't know. It was a big, crazy confrontation that could have gotten a lot worse, but it was able to calm down. I'm really good at talking things through and avoiding confrontation from like a physical escalation and calling cops and all that other kind of stuff. I'm really good at conflict resolution. So probably from my management days and just my natural personality and calm demeanor. So I'm glad that all got worked out, but it definitely got me a little riled up at first. So I'm all ready to go now, cleaned up all the leaves out of the area so that I could spread the mulch and be done with this and not have to deal with him anymore.